how the return of investment will happen and will justify when you invest on your training program for your team about recruitment and onboarding interview. Most of the time people is talking about this is very much HR and human resource department role, but actually it's not. Recruitment and process, even in onboarding process, offboarding process, everything now define everyone. There is a hiring manager from every department, they're going to the interviews, and there is an HR manager or a talent acquisition, a performance evaluator, HRBP, everybody in the game into it. So much important for you to invest on the right recruitment and talent acquisition process and interview skill and so on for your whole companies who are related to your company. Because the one, hiring managers, HR people, HR team members, everybody directly involved, but there is even like a junior manager or executive. Very soon they will be becoming a hiring manager, they will be hiring people to work with them. So it's so much important that you invest on those skill set for your team. So in this video I'm going to give you total 6 reasons how the return of investment will happen and will justify when you invest on your training program for your team about recruitment and employer branding skill set.
After working like last 15 years in IT field, this is what I realized. What is IT? Yeah.
Sure, thank you.
So let's give a big hand to these student leaders to bring the training to you. Why don't you give a big hand to them?
Number one, employer onboarding. So what happened, one of the common mistake done is this one. A lot of employees looking for staff to joining their team, right? So what they do, normally HR go ahead and post the job description. The way the posting the job description define how professional is your company to the new labor market, because your company is now trying to attract the right candidates from the available labor market to join you. So it's so much important that to get the very first thing fixed, but there is a significant amount of job description has not been clear, quite vague, and not been clearly defined what they're looking for, and often they exaggerate the requirement, and that is one of the reason it actually hurt the company to talent acquisition and increase the talent acquisition cost as well too. Now the job description is there, right? So now the people come in and apply for the job description, they apply for the role. So now onboarding them on point, the interview thing, communicating with them, how to communicate with them, giving the right feedbacks. These are all skills related to our onboarding program, and these are really great skills would define how good is your company employer brand to the talent pools. And somebody who came into job interview and don't get a feedback and go back and said to the other people that, hey, I went to the job interview, they didn't even give me a feedback, they never even reply my email. So think about where is your job branding will go, employer branding will go. So that's why it's so much important for you to train your staff on the employees onboarding process. Number two, like I said, that interview skill. Your interviewer will not be just HR department. The talent acquisition department will do a phone interview or face-to-face interview. There will be a hiring manager from HR department, recruitment manager, or HR manager will interview, but there will be also hiring manager from the head of the department, let's say IT director, or even a manager, marketing manager, IT managers, chief financial officer, or even a financial manager. They're all recruiting for the team, so they need to be well trained about the interview to their staff, because the interview should not be just based on feeling, but also being properly crafted so they can really figure it out and bring the right talent to their teams, and who also fit to the right culture to the teams as well too. And the people who come to your company for a particular interview always walk away with an impression, and it's so much important you give them the right impression. So right after the interview they should be excited to join your company, and that's why it will only happen when you train your teams, the whole teams, like all the hiring manager and HR people, on how to do a proper interview to your candidates. Number three, performance assessment. Now, like an example, your companies are running, right? You already onboarded them, you already give them the offer letter, they're coming into it. after joining the probation period is one of the crucial period, because that's the time you need to define the right KPI for your newly onboarded talents. You need to give them the right framework, because if you are doing the vague framework of KPI, it will not be clear to the hiring manager, it will not be clear to the newly acquired talent in your team, and there will be big gaps, and they will not be talked to the right language, and end of the day it will be a catastrophic failure. And who is going to lose in that moment? The lose is going to be your company, because your company invested to acquire that talent, and now you have to rehire another talent. So lose of the talent, the cost, direct cost of the revenue, of losing money of new talent acquisition, plus impact on your projects, and so on. So many ways your company getting harder too. So it's so much important that you do the right KPI setting, and the same time when the company already offered them a labor contract, you need to give them the right training for your staff and hiring manager and director, so they can do the right performance assessment, they can set the right goal for the year, and they do the right evaluation over every quarter. So it's been proven fair, we've been clear, and it's been doing the right thing, so everybody know what exactly they need to do. And that will only happen when you train them what will be you want your company to be assessed properly. Otherwise your company will have different level of assessment in different kind of departments, and different department will measure their progress in different KPI, and there will be an unfair game, and most of the time it will impact your culture and it will hurt your talent pool, and probably you will lose a lot of talent as well too. Number 5, employee offboarding. This is also very crucial as well too. When every talent is walk away from your company, so that means you are losing a talent. You already losing a significant investment is going to end with zero right now. So somebody you are losing right now. So now it's one of the crucial things you need to focus about. What is the particular reason you're losing a particular talent? You really need to investigate that one. You need to ask the right question to the talent. You need to make them the right comfort zone, so they will be able to give you the input which is accurate, correct, and come to your team, so you will be able to understand why you're losing thus talent. At the same time, not only just collecting the data with the right questions, you need to be properly been crafted all those inputs so that they can reflect your HR policies and can be lesson learned, so that can help you to company to improve their overall talent acquisition, talent retention, and talent and development process. So that can only happen when you do the proper training for your team on even on hiring manager level, or an HR manager, or performance assessment team, HRBP level. So that will happen to you. So these are the key things which clearly define the return of investment when you invest on your talent acquisition and talent retention and interview skills of your company. So if you want to look to your company to be more successful, this is one of the training program you must consider, and you should having right policy, and consistently you train everyone to do this one. If you have a particular problem you're facing right now on this segment about recruitment, hiring, interviewing skill, and performance assessment skill, goal setting skill, go ahead and comment below in the video. We'll love to give you an advice. So here we go. Your company is doing good, and probably you're not doing good. Ultimately, you found a company means it need to be successful. So let's do the right upskill training for your staff. Invest on them so they can take your company a winning flag always up. And that will only happen when you train them and inspire them regularly. All the best.